You've probably heard a seller mention that their house has good bones. There's a common belief that structural integrity alone is enough to move a property, and that buyers will naturally see the value in a well-built, empty house. Look at this two-family property near Kennedy Park in Fall River. The structure was sound, but the interior felt cold and sterile. In its initial state, it was just a collection of empty, echoing rooms. When buyers walk through an empty space, they experience cognitive friction. Without furniture to provide scale, it's difficult to map a layout or imagine how their daily life would actually flow through the house. That friction turns the property's square footage into a liability. Instead of feeling inspired, buyers feel overwhelmed by the work of visualizing the home, which often paralyzes their decision-making. When buyers can't find that emotional connection, they don't submit offers. The listing begins to linger, sitting untouched on the market for weeks. This is where the financial damage starts. Every day the house remains unsold, carrying costs, taxes, utilities, and mortgages drain your profit. Eventually, these mounting costs lead to a desperation price drop. You're forced to cut the asking price to stop the ongoing loss. To avoid this, you have to change the math. There is a way to flip an empty, depreciating listing into a lucrative asset in less than 72 hours. Time is the enemy of your bottom line. Establishing an immediate emotional connection with a buyer is a financial requirement for protecting your equity. In the case of that Fall River duplex, the investor decided to intervene. They spent $2,400 to strategically stage the space. The goal was to remove the guesswork. By defining the rooms, the staging allowed buyers to see the comfort of the home and the actual income potential of the rental unit. This time-lapse shows the shift. Modern furniture and warm lighting replace the sterile voids, triggering immediate buyer warmth and demand. The timing was aggressive. The newly staged listing went live on a Thursday. By Sunday, the house was the subject of a multi-offer bidding war. The result of that single weekend was an accepted offer $27,000 above the original asking price. The staging provided the visual clarity buyers needed to feel confident in their offers. It directly converted emotional appeal into a significant financial gain. This wasn't a one-time stroke of luck. This process follows a reliable financial formula used by successful investors. Consider a standard residential home in Lakeville listed for $600,000. Staging averages $2,500, a tiny sliver of the total list price. That small capital reliably generates a 3 to 10% increase, yielding an extra $18,000 to $30,000.
After staging costs, you secure a massive net gain. On a balance sheet, staging functions as a high-yield profit multiplier. It turns a small amount of liquid cash into a much larger check at the end of the transaction. The Fall River investor saw a 10 times return on their staging budget, calling it the easiest money they spent on the entire project. The first layer of that return is the higher sale price. You simply get more money for the asset. The second layer is the preservation of capital. By selling in days instead of months, you stop the leak of carrying costs. These benefits stack on top of each other. You get higher offers, you eliminate carrying costs, and you protect yourself from the need to ever cut your price. You only get one chance to make a first impression. A strategic upfront investment to optimize that moment is the most dependable tool available for maximizing your total real estate value.